What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is my review of the SH Monsterarts Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. Alright, my zillions, we got the latest web shop exclusive Tamashii Nations web shop exclusive. Bandai Tamashii Nations website exclusive, just in case I have to get very specific. Gamera 1995, the first from the Heisei series Gameras. We are now complete with the 3 Gameras from the movies. You know, it's funny that the first one was the last one to come out. I feel like I would have figured this one would have been a regular release, and the third Gamera would have been the exclusive, but it wasn't to be. So I just got this today from zenmarket.jp. I've been using them for my exclusives, saved some money with them. It's been a pretty rad experience. I do recommend checking them out. So I love Gamera. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I do. One of my all-time favorite characters in general, kaiju or otherwise. Love Gamera. When I was a kid, I could almost say I love Gamera more than Godzilla. Seriously. A little bit different as I grew older, but when I was a kid, man, yeah, loved me some Gamera. So how does this release turn out? Turns out pretty good. Let's get to the review. Articulation on Gamera, you got the jaw hinge, which you can't close his mouth complete. That's fine. The tongue is on a hinge. See if I could get that moving a little bit. Get my finger in there. There we go. So you can go all the way up with the tongue. So, you know, you got some nice action to do that. Then you have a big ball joint here at the neck. There is a floating piece here, so it does give off a nice amount of articulation. Same thing down here. So really good range of motion. This does move forward and back, like we've seen. I think it just helps with the head. You know, when you kind of move the head up a little bit, you can push it up just ever so slightly. So you could do that. So yeah, there's that. Ball joint at the shoulder. You got floating pieces there. Good range of motion. Same thing at the elbow. Not the biggest range of motion at the elbow, but it is double jointed. So there's that. Wrist has its own separate ball joint. Then can't really do anything in his chest. Still got this kind of popping out. Ball joints at the legs. Tight on that side. Not as tight on this side. I've already popped that joint out. Knee. Ball joints. Ball joints everywhere. If you know Monsterarts, ball joints everywhere. At the ankle. Squeaky, squeaky. You know, if you take this guy apart, you'll see everything. But it moves okay. It's not like the hugest range of motion on any of this stuff. It's not going to do like the splits, but there you go. See, there's one of the joints. Right there at the knee. Oh, if I could get back in. Let's not get back in. Let's continue. Tail has got the 1 segment, 2 segment, 3, 4, 5, 6. So decent for the stubby Gamera tail. Let's get this back in, because it's going to bother me. Nah. Get in there. Not getting in there. Alright, well, we'll make a cut here. So. But that's the articulation. It's okay. It's not amazing. It's not the worst, so it's doable. For accessories, first up we have this flight stand. Seen this before. Red, orange, yellow, translucent, fire plastic on the bottom. You know, different copyright down there. But I think this is pretty much the same. I don't have one handy of the Gameras we've had before, as well as the flight stand. Maybe this might be a little different, but again, I don't have that handy. So, but that's what it looks like. You have the outline of the body. We're gonna go through all of the, you know, different items first, and then I will demonstrate with Mr. Gamera. I'll put them all on for you. So that comes apart. That's how that works. So pretty nice. We get a second stand. This is for the all 4 rocket boosts. The other one is for like the 2 rocket boosts. So again, you see the turtle shell. You'd kind of align it with his body there. We will show you that again as well. This comes out this way. And that comes out that way. That gets shot across the room. As you can see, this has a little bit of a lip on it. Helps us stay in there. So pretty cool. Something different here. The first of the rocket boosters, this is just for the legs, has this sort of attachment. I am missing some paint here, but it doesn't matter because this plugs in. That's how this looks. Frosted mini wheats and plastic. There is a little chip here that is not good, but overall, this does look cool. See how that looks from that side. You do see a big C mark all around here, so yeah, that's... I want to take it out, but it's not coming out, so I don't know. Maybe it would come out. Ooh, no, I don't think so. But pretty cool overall. For that attachment, you do have this bottom piece that you would replace the bottom of Gamera. I'll show you that also. But nice texture here. A little bit of white there. I don't know. Oh, that's just nothing. And then you got this piece that looks good. Really, really great sculpt. This is what the bottom looks like. Nothing going on here. You got some glue there, but whatever. It's going to go inside Gamera. So what you would do here, you'd split Gamera apart here. This probably, if you stick your nail on that, so you can pull that out. You're just going to pull out his legs completely. And then you're going to add this to that. Now, I think this needs a little bit of heat. Not going to do it now, but definitely that sticks out a little bit there. And then you would plug the effect part in there. I am going to take some heat to this before we show it all complete. So we will look at that more in a second. Before we do that, let's, complete all the individual items. Here we have the 4 limb rockets, the one where he spins. Here's the translucent plastic done up in blue and white, gradiated. You got the sculpt work there. There's a movable joint there, ball joint, obviously. Here's another one. Kind of sharp, do be careful. These are the 2 arm ones. You have that type of joint there, so you're just gonna stick that in. So you're not really getting any movement out of those, but pretty cool. Last piece is this neck piece that you would replace. You pull off his head here from the neck down, and you do replace that. Ugh. That's how that works. Let's see if I could do it. Move the neck a little bit, neck joint. Pop that in. This does move, I believe. I think. Or moves back, I think, actually. I will take up directions and look at that momentarily before we get to... It is moving. See how that really works. But I still have to heat this guy up, so let me go do all that, and then we'll look at all the 2 forms. Word of warning. So this piece here, it does move just ever so slightly in there. I'm not sure exactly why, maybe just to give you a little extra clearance. I don't really see anything that it does that's like, really necessary. But the warning is, this piece is glued into this piece here. And I just ripped this right out of the glue. So yeah, it's back in there now. It probably will need a drop of excess glue, but it's in there, sturdy. But don't do what I do. I kind of tried to move it too much, trying to figure out exactly if you could do anything extra with it. Move it back, move it forward. It only moves back and forward just a little bit. You see that? Just a little bit. So it's just for some extra clearance, I would guess. Nothing major. Here before we continue. Heated this part up, and it still doesn't really want to stay in super well. That's a little bit better. Here's the thing. Yeah, there you go. So as I was trying to do stuff, pulled this piece out, and it would not go back in. So I had to heat it up, still wouldn't go back in. So then I heated up the foot to take that part out and then like slide all these parts out. And that worked. Then I was able to get this in because I was able to use just the joint force to get it in. But this, going back into here, isn't super secure now. Whereas before it was. I might need to heat it up some more, you know, do a little more heating up of it. But yeah, I just wanted to note that because, man, you guys don't even know how long I've been dealing with this. I didn't even want to come back down because I was doing that in, let's see if you can see it. Okay, now I feel secure. Okay, but I don't know how well, but it's in there as best as possible. So yeah, be careful with these joints. They are a little bit of a hassle popping back in with all the floating pieces that we got. So, man, is that even on the right way? Yeah, it is. But why does that look weird? Maybe it's upside down. I may have put it upside down, guys. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I just wanted to note, used heat, still didn't work. Had to pop it all apart to get the one joint in. Also had some problems with this joint here. So, yeah, just be careful. And finally, here is Gamera in his first flying form with the rockets coming out of his legs. Rocket legs, I don't know what they call it. But he just sits on top of this, like so. Nice and easy. This is how this looks. As I just said, I did try to warm this up, but it just doesn't go in all the way flush. These kind of do. You can get these too, but this part, not so much. But it's fine. I don't know if that is even supposed to, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So, but it looks cool. You know, like, it looks pretty neat. You know, and you can push this up a little bit. That's basically what you're supposed to do. Push that up so you could get his head a little more straight. You know. Pretty nice. I do dig how the overall look is here. I mean, that's honestly, with the leg problems I was having, this might be a cool form for the shelf. These are actually for the legs, because these are the pieces, you know, that would be keyed into the right spot. Let me see if I can do one for you here, and then we'll find the right, if we can find the right way to do it. Like so. So you would do these on here, and then, yeah. So I just want to correct that. The ones with those pegs go into these little holes. And here is the second version. It's pretty cool. Looks good. Has the, again, this doesn't stay on great, but that doesn't stay on great, but it just feels weird. So how about this? Looks pretty cool. Kind of doing a circular motion. Like he's spinning. I dig that. I could dig it. I won't ever display it like this, but it's cool to have the option. I just don't care for this. You know what I'm saying? There's still a hole here. Like, I couldn't have done this differently? Like, I don't know, guys. That should be different. Why'd they put a hole here like this? You know, even if it's accurate, like, I don't know. I want to see the end of the camera head or something. Turtle head. Give me some turtle head. But I guess this is okay. But probably the most important thing, how does this dude look? Besides all the extras, you know, with all the extras, how does it look just as a figure? I'd say pretty good. I have minimal complaints. The sculpt is very, very nice throughout. I do dig it. They've done well with the Gamera series, in my opinion. Gamera 3 is a little bit of a mess as far as paint goes, but this one I think is rather decent. The shell looks really good. I like the greens and grays, you know, throughout. That looks really good. Nice wash on that. And then the head sculpt is awesome. Really dig it. The eyes look fantastic. Really great eyes. Nice and glossy. Well done. Looks good from any angle. Yay! Paint is very, very nice. I dig the little green there. I like that the whites of his eyes, I forget, I'm like drawing a blank, are a little bit pink, and that's pretty cool. The mouth looks fantastic. The teeth are all painted well. Tusks are painted well. Big teeth, tusks. Tongue is painted well. You know, all the gums look pretty good. I like to do the blah, 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 blah. The nails look decent. Got a little bit of a wash on them. A little bit of off paint there. Good. You know, it's mostly done in this charcoal gray. Really nice. Nothing, you know, not much paint to talk about there. The toenails, done okay. I have one little, I guess, chip right there in the paint. And a little bit of overspray at the very edges, if you want to be picky. Little bit. And this foot, not so much on this foot. A little bit right there, but it's like, it's so minute. It's like, I don't really care about that. That is not something I care about. Fingernails, again, look good. So overall, I think he looks really nice. Head sculpt is awesome. I like the ridges and stuff up here, the eyebrows, like all the little lines underneath his eyes. Gotta catch some Z's, yo. He's got like lots of wrinkles, which is great. Tail looks awesome. Very, very nice. It's a little discombobulated right now, but that's fine. That's whatevs. That's on me. Looks good. Looks very, because I've been messing with this guy a lot. Trying to just get all the joints popped in and popped out and whatnot. So, yeah, I love the look of him. He has an awesome stance, you know, like hunched over. It's good. It's good. It's a good Gamera. So I do dig it. I do dig the proportions. The head looks a little big, but the head is big on this Gamera, so yeah. But it's got a nice cartoonish look, and I've always dug that about this one. I go for that. Like, that's something I'm really into, is, you know, a more friendly, cartoonish looking Gamera. And this one really does it. He only gets meaner as the series goes along, so this one is pretty fantastic. For your size comparisons, first up here is Jeed Magnificent, the figure Gamera shared a ride to my house with. Here he is with another exclusive Black King. Here it is with SH Monsterarts Godzilla 64, Godzilla, the YMSF Neokong, SH Figuarts Ultraman Type B, Ultra Action Figure Taiga, Poster 54, 56, whatever you want to call him, Showa Ghidorah. Here it is with the Revoltech version. And finally, here is the Guardian of the Universe with the Gamera 2 and Gamera 3. Both are missing a couple of pieces. Fitting for both Gamera and SH Monsterarts Gameras. I just feel like they probably have the pieces that come off the easiest because they're supposed to come off because they have parts that need to go on. So yeah, this guy's missing one of his whole pieces here. They're here. They're around. This guy's missing an arm because I had the blade arm on him and I don't know where that went. But yeah. So there you go. That's how they all size out. This was a fantastic figure. Love this figure. This figure, yeah, no. It's okay, but it is, yeah, sorry, guy. This figure comes close to being of that quality. It's a little off, but it's pretty good. And my final thoughts, full disclosure, this is the second time I'm filming this. Filmed it at the beginning because I thought I had a really good handle of this guy, and I really, had minimal problems with it the first go, but getting through this review, man, this is why I usually leave final thoughts to the end. But sometimes, the turntable, you want to film your scenes right away. Spoiler. That's how I work a lot of times. And then if I have to revise, I'll revise. But I do like this figure. I think it's really nice. The look of it is really cool. Just like reviewing what I said initially, minimal gripes about paints and all that. There's very, very little to complain about. Sculpt is awesome. It looks fantastic. My huge problem, major problem, is when you start taking this guy apart, the limbs are not easy to put back, and then you have some limbs that just pop out, and when they pop out, man, it's a pain. I've spent the entire afternoon like heating and reheating and freezing parts, and yeah, not fun. And his foot is still, I feel like, is not super secure, but it looks fantastic. The one other thing I want to mention that I didn't mention in the entire review because it wasn't a point to mention within is that this guy doesn't come with any like weapon effect parts, like no fireball, fireball. That's gonna be a deal breaker for some. Not for me. Still wanted it. I usually don't display with effect parts, and I can't really blame the actual figure for that. The figure earns pretty high marks despite the popping out stuff, because I really like it, and just look at it. It just looks awesome. On your shelf, it's going to look amazing like this. Either like this or with the two leg rockets, I think it looks really good. But an extra effect part for, how much you have to pay for an exclusive would have been nice for sure. So definitely have to mention it here at least. And that's it, guys. That is my review. Overall, I do think it still earns high marks because it looks amazing. And that, to me, end of the day, is the most important part. So, there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. And if you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Buy me a coffee on Coffee if you dig what I do. Become a zillion today. Click that bell. All that jazz. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.